everyone, Chainsaw Gears 12 here with my 8th episode of Weekly Metal Topic. And before I get back into this topic about remembering people in metal, I want to just check over here. Whatever on the screen, there should be a link to a video I put up last night called 2 Ideas for Future Content, please watch, blah, blah, blah. So basically, if you're a subscriber or follower, please go watch that video and let me know if you like those 2 ideas that I could start putting more content on my channel rather than just putting up 1 video a week on a Friday. So go please watch that video, or give me a third option if you don't like those 2 ideas, just to give me some ideas on how to add more content. So back into the topic. This is part 2 of the mini-series that I started last week. So I'm going to start off with this guy right here, because when I heard about when he passed away, I was really upset, so I thought I'd talk about him first.
So if you love me, let me go, and run away before I know. My heart is just too dark to care.
Paul Gray from Slipknot. When I heard he passed away, I was really upset, and I was really enjoying the band at the time when he passed away, and I was shocked. And all of his bandmates were really upset. And what I really enjoyed is that you could clearly hear the bass on the master recordings of the songs, and live performances, he really seemed like he was enjoying himself playing, and that's really good to see someone who actually enjoys playing music for shows. And he never seemed bored or anything at all during the time he played on live shows. So, it's just really upsetting. And Corey Taylor, the vocalist from Slipknot, there was a song on All Hope Is Gone 2008 release called Snuff, and he started doing it acoustically live for Paul Gray, and you could tell he was really upset, and he dedicated that song to him. And so it's really hard to watch someone go, and now since Paul Gray's gone, Slipknot's kind of uneasy on what they should do next with the band. They've done some live shows since he's passed away, but they don't know if they're going to continue. So hopefully they'll make the next record, hopefully a new record that will be dedicated to Paul Gray, and I think he should deserve it. So to all you Slipknot fans out there, just keep hoping for that new album. So it's probably going to happen in memory of Paul Gray for sure. So rest in peace, Paul Gray. The Rev from Avenged Sevenfold. And when he passed away, I didn't hear about it for about 3 or 4 days when he passed away, and I was just like sitting around, and all of a sudden, boom, it was on Facebook. I'm like, what? And I checked it out. I'm like, wow. Like, what? Like, what happened? And I'm not that big of much of an Avenged Sevenfold fan, but I really do enjoy some of their songs, and, they're kind of like on the same boat as Slipknot. Avenged Sevenfold, yeah, they came out with a new record, and, they dedicated that whole entire album to him, the Rev, and, they got Mike Portnoy to play the drums, and they said that, I think that all the drums are already written by the Rev, but before he passed away, and Mike Portnoy just played them, the parts. So I don't know, but right now they have a new drummer, and it's, I don't know. I mean, we'll just have to see what happens, because, it's going to be a new guy playing on, and hopefully if they come out with a new record, and we'll see where it ends, because, I thought that Avenged Sevenfold wasn't going to be no more after the Rev passed, because, that was like their brother to them, and so it's really hard to let someone go. And he was a really great drummer, don't get me wrong, he was a great drummer, and he's remembered by a lot of people, and he inspired people, and so that's good. So as long as you've left a mark in music, and you did something that was special to you, then I think you did a great job. And so rest in peace, the Rev. Jimi Hendrix, yes, another little tribute to someone who's not metal, like in the last episode. But the reason why I put Jimi Hendrix in is because his guitar work was so unique and so different, and it was like unheard of at the time when he was doing it. And I can tell by generation as he played that more people were inspired, or people were inspired by those people that were inspired by Jimi Hendrix. So the line kept going down. And so I can tell that, there's some guitar solos from bands out there that sound, like they were inspired by Jimi Hendrix, and it's really unique to hear, his guitar work has inspired so many people to play music. And he was a unique guy in his time, and he still is unique to his day, and I'm glad to have known of his music, and hopefully that people from generation after generation will still honor and love Jimi Hendrix. And finally, Cliff Burton. Yes, I wanted to get to him last, and the reason why I just wanted to talk a little bit about the fact that he's inspired me to write music. That's how important of an influence he's been to me. He's a bass player, yes, but the people have told that he played guitar stuff on the Metallica records, like not recording it, but he wrote some of the guitar stuff. And, you know, there's no pictures of him ever playing guitar, but he actually did. But regardless of that, his playing inspired me to write music. So that's how big of an influence. He's a bass player, and he inspired me, a guitar player, to write music. That's how big of an influence he was. And, you know, he was one of a kind bass player, and a lot of people say, you know, that he was only good because a lot of people weren't doing what he was doing at his time, or some people were like, well, we can now get rid of all the other tracks and just hear the bass, and he was sloppy. And regardless of what you say, you know, I still believe he's one of the greatest bass players to walk on this earth. That's just my opinion, but you know, his live shows, him playing his live bass solos, him just going crazy. And there was like interviews where James and Kirk were, from Metallica, of course, were talking about how that they would have to tell Cliff to like take it back a few notches because he was just going all out on live shows and like, you need to calm down. You're kind of, you know, but Kirk was like, you can't stop a guy from just going all out and going crazy like he did on his bass work, and it's true. So regardless, you know, it's been over 25 years and people are still remembering him, people are still enjoying him, people are still discovering him, and that's good. Because, you know, he's still inspiring people to this day to play music, and a lot of bass players now are citing him as a major influence, and that's amazing. So, hopefully, through generation after generation, like all these other people on this list and last week's list, will live on and still inspire people to play music, and that's what we all need, and that's all we want, is people that we can get influenced by to play music. Alright guys, that's the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. Make sure that you watch that video I put up last night about 2 ideas, what I can do to add more content. Let me know. Comment down below. Let me know what you thought about the people on this list and how they might have inspired you to love music or write music or anything else, or talk about other people that you miss that are in metal or in other genres if you want. It doesn't matter to me. We're just remembering people in music, but mainly here in metal. But it doesn't matter, whatever you want to talk about. But just make sure you comment down below, subscribe to me, and check out for more content. Hopefully I might upload something new this coming week besides Weekly Metal Topics. So just keep watch out and make sure you do all those things. And I will see you guys next week.